discuss the charts a lot more in detail with C.K Narayan. Hi CK, always a pleasure chatting with you. What do you make of today's bounce back? It's not like we had global cues that are helping out. Look at what happened overnight on Wall Street. The US markets were in sell-off mode.
Well, I think we were into quite a bearish mode when we finished up with trade as of yesterday, and the bearishness was spilling over into most of the chartical signals. So as a result of which, most of the advice from people engaged in that work has been on the bearish side, and most of the retail trade also had got lined up along the bearish side. And I think there was very high degree of expectation from today morning's gap down open that the market would slide further. But I think all traders who were with that expectation came in for a bit of a surprise when the market refused to follow through on the opening gap. And subsequently, I think it's been moving up, inching up rather slowly across the rest of the day post open. And that really bespeaks of situation in the market where small traders have all been squaring up their short positions which have been created from yesterday and perhaps at the opening levels of today. So I think what we are witnessing right now is not any aggressive new buying, but largely can be attributed to short covering. Now once this round of short covering gets over, then will come the acid test whether new buyers really step up to the plate and agree to carry the baton and keep kind of running with it. So we have to wait and see whether that happens. I think that is still a big question mark.
Right. What would be your picks? Any picks at this point of time now that markets have stopped falling?
Well, at this stage, I would want to venture out into recent listing stocks, because they are the ones with very little amount of information or market track record for people to have too much of a kind of a downward bias. Now, in line with the market, they have also come down a bit, and but then I think there are signs that they are making a bottom. I specifically pick on two recent listings. First is Aster DM Health, which got listed I think about 15 days ago, and the stock is placed at about 165, 166, and over the last about 3 sessions has been indicating a willingness to start moving up, clearly suggesting that fresh buying interest has emerged into Aster DM, and I would buy this with an expectation of a short-term price target at around 185. A second stock, once again a recent listing, a more high-profile one, which was Galaxy Surfactants. I think the stock listed well and traded well after getting, it had a fairly decent listing set of first couple of days. After that, the next about 5-10 sessions have been spent taking profits after the big listing. And now after having made a low around 1500 levels, buying seems to be emerging in Galaxy Surfactants, and the stock seems to have a well-defined low below which we can put our stop loss. So currently trading at about 1510, 1515. We can have a stop loss south of 1500 rupees, and we can look for a short-term price target around 1580 to 1600 rupees.
Okay, CK, thanks so much for joining us with the recommendations at the moment.